Hello guys, my name is Elisabeth Meilinda Palma Ningrum. You can call me Palma because my friend always just call me Palma. I live in Rawalele, Kalideres, West Jakarta, and I'm a student at the Mercubuana University, West Jakarta, majoring in informatic engineering. On this occasion, I want to tell you about my experience, and this is my experience while on vacation to Banyuwangi. On of the tourist object, I visited with the Ijen crater. Ijen crater is a volcano located on the border between Banyuwangi Regency and Bondowoso Regency, East Java, Indonesia. This mountain has an altitude of 2,386 meters above sea level and is located side by side with Mount Merapi. Ijen crater is the largest lake of strong-edged water in the world. Ijen crater is in the area of Ijen Tourist Park, Bondowoso Regency, and Banyuwangi Regency, East Java. If you go French Ijen, you will find the phenomenon of eternal blue fire or eternal blue fire that is in the Ijen crater, and this natural site only occurs in two places in the world, namely Ethiopia, Mount Delol, and Ijen blue fire. This phenomenon can only be seen by the human eye when there is no light. The ideal times to see it is 2 hours to 4 hours from Ijen crater. We can also see view of other mountains in the Ijen Mountains complex. Includes the summit of Mountain Merapi, which is east of Ijen crater, Mount Raung, Mount Suket, and Mount Rante. The fastest alternative route is Bondowoso, Wonosari, Tapen, Sempol, Paltuding. Other facilities available to visitors include tourist hut and stalls that sell climbing needs to witness the beauty of Ijen crater. From Paltuding, walk about 3 kilometers. The initial trek of 2 kilometers is quite heavy because it is uphill. Most have an inclination of 25 until 35 degrees. In addition to climbing, the soil structure is also sandy, so that the footsteps are getting heavier because they have to hold the weight so they don't slide backward. After resting at the Warung Pos Bundar, a unique post because it has a circular shape. The next route goes up a bit steep and slippery. Then the last 1 kilometer is relatively sloping, but tourists or climbers are treated to a very beautiful view of a mountain range. To go down to the crater, you have to cross rocky terrains for 800 meters with steep conditions to a slope of 45 degrees. I wish I departed from Kediri. The journey was very far, taking 7 hours from Kediri city to Banyuwangi city. I started to go to Ijen at around 1 p.m. using a motorbike. The trip was so exciting. Lots of beautiful scenery along the way. I went with my friend's name is Tata. We already has appointment with our traveling teams to meet at the entrance to the Asian character to climb the top with me arranged until Banyuwangi at 7 p.m. I filled up the gas until it was full because according to information the gasman was a bit difficult there. From the entrance post, it turns out that the route is getting uphill. There are no street lights, only relying on the lighting of the motorbike light, which are sometimes dim and bright, and also relying on the brightness of the moon at this time. 1 hour later, I met several people who were going to talk the extent to Eugene, namely our team. That person broke a mountain car and we joined together because I remember that the motorcycle, like I used, were not bright, so it was safe. If I got on motorbike to get to the top. And finally, we headed to the entrance to the Aegean. This route turned out to be really amazing, uphill and also very dark. I cannot imagine if at that time I continued to go upstairs using a motorbike. About 30 minutes on the route, I arrived at a motorbike park lot or a rest area with lots of stars. The weather here was very cold. Fortunately, there were lots of campfire made by the stall owner so they could warm up. Several hours passed until almost 1 o'clock in the morning. It turned out that many tourists started arriving, and it turned out that it was dominated by foreign tourists from abroad. I was in contact with myself and was sitting in a stall. Suddenly, there were 2 people who introduced themselves, who would also go upstairs to see the blue fire and the Asian character. The 2 people invite me to climb together towards Asian. Without thinking, I agree to their invitation. After the climbing door is opened, don't forget to buy an entrance ticket for 15,000 first, starting to climb to the Asian character. The track we pass is very dark. You know, at 1 in the morning, fortunately, a lot of tourist groups also go up to Asian. They hear local tour guides, and we just follow it from behind. Climbing to the Asian character at that time was very busy. Even though it was a weekday, what if it was a weekend? Before climbing, make sure you have a flashlight and lighting because the track you are going to talk is completely dark. Ascent of the Asian crater takes about 3 hours if it relaxes. I arrived at the top of the Asian crater I really want to see the blue fire, but to see the blue fire, we have to go down again, and it's quite steep. Here actual really need a guide because there are many branches. To outsmart this, I just follow a cloud of people passing by. Before saying blue fire, make sure you run a max first. This is very important if you cannot get sulfur poisoned. I ran a max when it reached the top. There were men who broke back offering to rent marks of around 25,000. Luckily, when I came here, the blue fire were again not it fine because according to information, blue fire sometimes appear, sometimes or not. Blue fire is a rare phenomenon that only two in the world. First in Iceland, Europa, and the second in Asian crater, Banyuwangi, as Java. Satisfied with enjoying the blue fire, I climbed back to the top of the Asian crater. It was around 4 in the morning. While taking a break to enjoy the sunrise, and the sunrise began to shine on the beautiful Asian crater. I enjoyed the Asian crater until I forgot to take photo with my friend because the view was so very beautiful. Satisfied enjoying the Asian crater, I went back down to the parking lot. The trip down turned out to be even more trouble because the road was slippery by the sand and also lots of dust flying. I just realized that when I went up there was also a lot of dust, but because it was dark, I could not see it. I have a lot of experience because I can tell stories and get a lot of information about the Asian crater. According to my friends, many even are often heard, especially by the Banyuwangi Regency government, and which is now actively promoting Asian crater in its list of tourist objects. This event includes tour, tour the Asian and now change the name international tour the Banyuwangi Asian. Just Asian Banyuwangi, and the experience is an experience that I cannot forget because I can get to the highest point find Asian. And I think that is my experience. So thank you for watching. See you. Goodbye.